$265,000 since 2022 toward treatment and recovery to Rogers Behavioral Health, to Mental Health America Lakeshore, to Samaritan's Hand, and to Pathways to a Better Life. We've been making big changes this year as the Fallooza 2025 is taking on a whole new look. It will be very family focused, including adolescents, grade and elementary children, and adults. The dates will be September 25th through the 27th, and our venues are going to include the Plymouth High School, the Wild Center, the Berkshire, and the City Park on Grove and Cirque Streets in Plymouth. For our first time, we have worked with the Plymouth School District. Yes, Plymouth High School students will hear stories regarding mental health issues on anxiety, social engagement, perseverance, grit, and acceptance. Our guest speaker in the auditorium on Thursday, the 25th, is Jarrett Bush, a former NFL player who won a Super Bowl ring in 2011. He will be bringing his ring and a replica of the Vince Lombardi Trophy. Included in this audience will be Mental Health America student ambassadors from other high schools that are in the county. On Friday, the 26th, our sponsors and their employee guests will enjoy a VIP party hosted at the Berkshire by the Black Pig restaurant. At 7:30, the venue moves to the Stephanie H. Wiles Center for a concert featuring the youngest male ever to top the Billboard Hot Country Songs at age 19. He was nominated for 5 Grammy Awards and won a Grammy for Song of the Year. He is proficient in playing 33 different instruments and puts on an amazing show. Yes, we are so excited to announce that Hunter Hayes will take the stage. Let's listen. So let's be crazy about the Falls Fallooza and take support in the 2025 Fallooza. Saturday events are all located at the City Park in Plymouth. A wide variety of vendors will be set up in the park, and these will include nonprofits who focus directly or indirectly on mental health addiction. The Sugar Shack will be making fresh apple cider and treats. The Broad City Bakers will be included and doing a major cornhole tournament. St. Paul's Episcopal Church will be barbecuing brats, hot dogs, burgers, pulled chicken, and so much more. Fresh, made-to-order steak sandwiches. Please remember to add the cheese. For the kids, we have 2 massive inflatable fun houses, one of which will be a 50-foot obstacle course. There will be a small donation that is requested to enter that fun zone. In addition, we have 2 performers, Magic Morgan and Liliana, doing an amazing children's magic show, and Fox and Branch, a Milwaukee duo who tell stories, provide humor, and sing. These performances are sponsored by the Plymouth Library Foundation. The park concert stage will be busy all day and evening, featuring 10:30 to 12:30 local talents from the county. There could be dance, theaters, bands, singing groups, and so much more. From 1:30 to 4 o'clock, Aaron Krebs and Paul Suckerman, Mama Ginger and the Red Hots will be doing blues and jazz music for us. And then finally, from 6:30 to 9:30, we'll have Boogie and the Yo-Yos.
Thanks, Wendy. Yeah, it's a pretty terrific lineup. It's, as Wendy said, it's a big change from our previous events at the fairgrounds in our town. And I think we should attract some pretty terrific crowds. To help us put on this event, we obviously need a lot of donations, and sponsorship is crucial. We are really honored this year to be working with Masters Gallery Foods as our presenting sponsor. And here today with us is President and CEO Jeff Gentile.
Thank you, Lee and Wendy. And yeah, we are related. I don't know if anyone knows that. We're thrilled to be stepping up as this year's presenting sponsor. You know, we've been involved with Fallooza since the beginning. You know, when Lee came to my office and floated this concept. Very neat initiative that I don't know that anybody knew what to expect exactly from that first year's event, but it was a smash, you know, and part of the trepidation was probably the subject matter, right? It's not something that's always talked about in the open, but it needs to be. And, you know, we've certainly been impacted at Masters Gallery Foods with employees, whether it's them directly or within their families, and they need help, and it's not something that's always spoken about. I mean, my uncle has been very transparent with his own addiction recoveries, and it's been quite the inspiration. But what it shows you is these issues can cut across all facets of society. Really, it doesn't matter your upbringing, you know, where you work, where you're from. Somebody can be affected, or you know somebody in your family or a close friend that's affected. And I think it's great that these issues are being discussed more in the open, and a festival like this, which really shines a spotlight on something that needs to be done. It's just a really cool thing, and great for our community, and great for these folks sitting here. So with that, I'm pleased to be the sponsor, and you know, we're just one small part of this, and there's a heck of a lot of work that goes on, and a lot of contributions from others. So happy to do our part. And I'll turn it over to you.
So we have the representatives from all four organizations that are beneficiaries for this 2025 event. And I'm going to introduce the first speaker. I'm going to ask each of them to read down the list and introduce the one following, so I'm not popping up for them. But we have from Rogers Behavioral Health, Keegan Reines, who is the operations manager for the Rogers Behavioral Health Facility in Sheboygan.
Hi all, and I will then introduce the Executive Director of Mental Health America Lakeshore, Julie Prater.
Good morning, everyone. We are so honored to be a beneficiary once again for Fallooza. Thank you so much for all of the work that goes into this. Jeff and Lee, I couldn't agree with you more. We have to have these conversations. If we all sat down at Fallooza and had a conversation with somebody sitting next to us, it would be apparent that these stories are personal to every single person. We have to bring these conversations out of the dark into the light. Addiction and mental health are here, and when we talk about this, we allow people to get into recovery. We are a 72-year-old organization here in Sheboygan County. We serve all individuals, and we help them access services for addiction and mental health recovery. And we support those family, friends, and caregivers of those loved ones who are walking that path. In addition, the money that is raised goes into our K-12 programming, our information and assistance program, and support groups that serve our community. And we also provide community programming. If you want to learn more about Mental Health America, please go to our website. I'm proud to announce the next person here is Cully from Samaritan's Hand. Cully.
Hey everybody, good morning. Coming at you live, Cully from Samaritan's Hand, the rest of the crew. Thank you for tuning into this. And again, I just want to thank the Plymouth Advancement Association, our great sponsors that are making this possible, the other great organizations. Fallooza, 4th year, it's going to be great. All the new stuff, the new venue, the new people, new places. Time to get excited. That let's get crazy thing, let's get crazy. Not saying that we're crazy, but okay. On that topic, hey, you know what? That mental health and the substance abuse thing, yeah, let's talk about it. Let's help our communities. That's what this whole thing's about. Bring the family out. Let's get involved. Let's talk about it. Let's get some help. It's all about helping these organizations help the community. It's all about the community. For us, that's why we have these organizations. That's why we have these great sponsors. That's why we have this great event. And everybody's welcome. It's going to be an awesome time. Don't miss it. And just behind the whole thing, look at all the people that you could help now, in the future, the families. And let's get rid of all that, not talking about it. Let's help some people, and let's do that together. Thanks for you guys all tuning in. Thanks for everybody being here, for all your help, and we'll see you there. Oh, and my next guy, we're going to do Tristan Ertman. He's outpatient programming lead counselor from Pathways to a Better Life. All right, Tristan, right on, brother. Good seeing you, brother. All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I love that energy. Good morning, everybody. My name is Tristan, lead counselor of the Pathways program. Thank you all for attending here at PAA. Thank you for being able to put this on, have us be down that receiving end to continue our work throughout the Kiel area. And not only the Kiel area, but Plymouth as well, this local organization that we have here. You know, 2015 was when our Pathways organization broke ground. So for the past 10 years, this past April we celebrated 10 years. We've serviced over 1,500 individuals in the local community. That's even out of state and local here. And to be able to recognize these individuals, it just takes so much strength for us to be able to do this. For those of us who are in recovery, and for those of us who are affected by those suffering from addiction and mental health. And yes, we are a dual diagnosis facility for addiction and mental health. We have 10 sober living homes, to include a brand new one in Hartford. We have sober living homes in Kiel, Sheboygan, and New Holstein. We also offer outpatient programming, which I'm lead counselor for intensive outpatient as well as day treatment. We just started about a month ago our detox, being able to have that as well, and being able to supply this local facility with residential as we have. So please come on down, support us, support this community. We all work together, and to be able to make this a safe, loving place for friends, family, please come join us. Thank you so much.
I'm going to turn the program back over to Keegan, who didn't get the memo that he should talk a little bit about Rogers, but he's going to talk about it now.
Yeah, I apologize that. I must have missed it. I want to appreciate the Plymouth Advancement Association for having us, Rogers Behavioral Health in Sheboygan, as one of the beneficiaries. This is something that is unique to Plymouth and Sheboygan County, and we are so happy to be a part of it and be involved with it. And yeah, it goes back to a struggle that many of us know. Many of us have loved ones that do struggle with this, but we don't talk about it. And this event is so wonderful for breaking down that stigma and celebrating connection, people around us, and bringing that awareness to this devastating disease that many of us do face. Rogers Behavioral Health is proud to have its own addiction recovery program in Sheboygan that treats individuals with both addiction and their mental health issues, with whether it's depression, anxiety, trauma. And we also have the supportive living facility, which houses individuals while they're going to programming, because we know that if an individual is trying to work on their mental health and their struggles with addiction, sometimes the place that they're living cannot be conducive to that recovery. That's something that
Tony's actually a retired professional wrestler. So if you're wondering where he got all of this figure, and he pumped up the crowds. He pumped up the crowds with wrestling.
Yeah.
So we think that this is going to be an incredible 3-day event. It's our 4th annual Fallooza. Come and have some fun, donate generously, and